Okay, all right. Sobering fact to share with you. Roughly 24% of our population is under the age of 18. We know that about 1 in 5 children face food insecurity, as you heard before. That's 20%. That means that roughly 35% of children in this state will be facing food insecurity on some measure of that spectrum over the course, well, not only are they facing it now, but this summer when school is out of session, they're going to be missing out on up to 2 meals a day, breakfast and lunch, for full 3 months. That's going to be a very challenging season, and all the more challenging because of what you just heard from Jenny. We're going to come back to that in a minute, but to talk a little bit about some firsthand experience with that, we're going to hear from my friend Sharita now. Sharita, before she comes out and start making your way, Sharita is a business owner. She's an entrepreneur. She is a certified project manager with one of my former clients, PMI, who's another one. And she is also a mother. And she's highly, highly creative as well, as you're about to learn. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Sharita. And Sharita, did you want to go ahead and play this little video first?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. All right, we're going to start this and then follow it back.
Make some vegan tacos with me. So this is not ground beef, that is actually ground walnuts. Yes, I went through the whole process of soaking it, seasoning it, and using my food processor to get it to that meat-like consistency. I heated it up in the skillet, everything like that. Mind you, this is my first time going through this process. I had to keep adding seasoning, keep adding water to get it that taco meat consistency. And let me just tell you, 0 out of 10. It was gross. Oh my God. Could you see my face? I was watching it like, oh, the memories. Hello, everyone. My name is Sharita Napper. I'm a mother of 3 girls. They are winners today. They did win this pop quiz. I am a project manager with my PMP certification. I'm pursuing my master's degree. I'm an author and illustrator, and for fun, a content creator. And if you recall, in my accolades just then, chef was not on the list. Those vegan tacos were terrible. Absolutely awful. I shared that video online. I got many compliments, likes, and even some tips on how to make it better next time. There was not a next time. That was enough. What my friends and followers saw was a funny video of a failed food experiment. But what was actually happening was me making light of a very heavy time in my life. What they did not know was the food that I was cooking that day actually came from the food bank. Sometimes what looks like creativity is survival. What looks like experimenting in the kitchen is someone making a meal stretch. And what looks like a funny social media moment may be someone doing quietly everything that they can to feed their family. That is the invisibility of hunger. Hunger is a hidden epidemic. It doesn't always look like what people imagine. Sometimes it looks like a parent smiling while turning a pantry staple into dinner. Sometimes it looks like creative recipes that are awful. Sometimes it looks like carefully planning every ingredient because every item has a purpose. Sometimes it looks like humor because humor can help carry heavy things. And while my friends watching those videos didn't know I was struggling, my children didn't either, because I shielded them, just as I was once shielded. When food was tight, I learned to be creative with what we had. I learned to make meals stretch so little bellies could get full. I learned how to plan meals in advance and use every food item intentionally. They agree. But most importantly, I learned what resources were available, and the Food Bank of Alaska was one of those resources. But this wasn't my first time. Long before I was a mother, I was a little girl in a family that also benefited from the food bank. My mom, my aunts, and my grandmother, the backbone of our family, received support. And the beautiful thing is, as a child, I didn't know we weren't getting any assistance. because those women made something out of nothing. There was always food. So much so, when I was asked to speak at this event, I wasn't sure I could do it authentically because I never went hungry as a child. There was always enough somehow for my cousins and friends to join. Beans and rice while we played our favorite board games. Ramen noodles as we talked about our day at school. Spaghetti that seemed to last for days. Every meal felt hearty with a side of laughter and an overflow of joy. Although we were far from rich with money, we were always rich with love. And that matters. Because food assistance doesn't just feed stomachs, it protects the innocence of childhood. It preserves dignity, it strengthens caregivers, it helps hold families together. The Food Bank of Alaska doesn't just support individuals in need, it supports the people who shape the experience of entire families. The mothers, the grandparents, the caregivers doing miracles with limited means, and I've been in their shoes. I know what it means to need support, and I know what it means for that support to arrive without shame. Now more than ever, people need that support. With expenses rising, groceries costing more, and so many families feeling squeezed in ways that we can never imagine, the hidden epidemic is growing. And because many people struggling may look like someone sitting beside you, we still have to show up. The people that are struggling are working, parenting, smiling, showing up, and making jokes on TikTok. You may see one thing on the surface, while behind the scenes something is going on and they're just trying to get by. That's why what happened here matters, because generosity makes the invisible visible. It turns compassion into action. It ensures families don't have to choose between food and rent, between groceries and gas, between survival and dignity. When I look back at my childhood, I remember full plates and full hearts. And organizations like the Food Bank of Alaska make that possible. Today, we have the opportunity to make this possible for someone else, to help a parent turn uncertainty into dinner, to help a grandparent keep food on the table, and to help a child never know what it feels like to struggle at all. And that is what your giving does. Today, I'm asking you to give. Give because hunger is often hidden. Give because no family should have to face the rising costs alone. Give because every meal is never just a meal. It's a relief, dignity, stability, and hope. Your generosity today will help stock shelves, support families, and strengthen communities in Alaska. And maybe most importantly, your gift will help someone make something out of nothing. Just like my mother did, just like my aunts did, and just like my grandmother did. And just like I have done. Only now, because of you, they won't have to do it alone. So I ask you today, give generously. Give in a way that reflects the Alaska that we believe in. Neighbors helping neighbors. Because the hidden epidemic of hunger does not have to stay hidden. And when a room like this decides to act, imagine what could happen if every person here gave in a way that stretched them just a little. Because families facing hunger, that gift may stretch everything. A pantry, a paycheck, a month, a childhood. So I want to thank you guys today for opening your hearts and thank you for giving. And I encourage you to politely decline if anyone offers you vegan tacos. Thank you guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more hand for Sharita. So Kara and Sharita both talked about the certainty amidst uncertainty, hope, food as hope. And as our team was putting together our slide,